Boys Without Names, Chapter 4. We have second class tickets and the cheapest fare. I boards a train first, then Naren, Sita, and I. Once I get in, Baba hands me the luggage, piece by piece. He's the last one to get in. We turn into the corridor that goes through the entire car and is lined with windows. On the other side of the corridor are compartments. Each one of them is fitted with long wooden benches that face each other with windows at the end. The first two compartments are full. Baba goes to the third one and we follow him. While he slides our luggage under the bench, I cushions a seat with a tattered rug from home, and instantly it becomes our space. She sits in the middle with Naren and Sita on either side. Baba sits on the other side of Naren by the window, and I on the other side of Sita. I'm on the aisle, and the corridor separates me from the window on my right. I like the way Baba, and I protect Naren and Sita, but sometimes I envy the twins. As long as they are near, I never get to sit by I and whisper to her. Even when I is not there, the two of them are always together like a pair of chorus change seats nestled in the same pot. I know I will miss my friends and I will feel guilty about not saying goodbye to them. But the twins have no such worries. First, because they don't understand that we are leaving our village and may not return, and second, because they are each other's best friend and will always be together. People pour in. The bench across from us filled up with three men and two women. One of the men is large and takes more room than Baba and Naren combined. Even with the furiously whirled fan above, sweat trickles down my back. I get up and try to open the window across the aisle, but it seems to be stuck. It needs more force. I take a deep breath and apply all my strength and still can't move it an inch. At the moment I turn around to sit down, someone skinny with thick black hair plops down on my seat. I opens her mouth to say something, but it happens so fast that her words never come out. I was sitting here, I tell him. Were you? He asks. Yes, I just got up to open the window. You get up, I sit down. Baba leans over and shows the men our tickets. These are our seats. Good man, there is nothing like your seat or my seat. We are all travelers and sit where we find a place, and when our station comes, we move along. You're not taking this seat anywhere, and neither am I. True, but my son was sitting there. Was it not the same as is it? Haven't you heard about the law? The land belongs to the one who farms it. There should be another law. The seat belongs to the one who occupies it. That's not, you can't just take my seat. It's not right, I say. The man laughs. His streets are even and clean. Right or wrong, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Take this train every week and always find a seat. But I don't claim it as my own. Do what you want to do. You won't be able to move me from here. He shrugs and looks straight ahead as if I don't exist. Bye, I say standardly. We are fellow travelers and space is scarce. We don't mind sharing. We will move a bit and you move a little too and make room for my son. As soon as I calls him bye, brother, the man's expression changes from smug, smirky and superior to soft, sheepish and sorry. He wiggles and draws his legs together. Baba, I and twins all do the same, so there is enough room for me to squeeze in. I am not as comfortable as I was before the men took half of my space, but it is better than standing the entire trip. The man slides his bag underneath the seat. Do you want me to open the window? He asks me after he straightens up. Sure. When he gets up, I think about scooting over to claim the space back. I smiles. Don't, she whispers. He turns the knob away and pushes the window open. It was locked, he says, as he sits back down. Did you see how I unlocked it? I wonder why he is giving me lesson in window opening. He doesn't sound arrogant though. Yes, I reply. The train starts, and as it picks up speed and breeze filters in. The breeze filters in. I don't feel so suffocated and sweaty anymore. Naren and Sita fall asleep, resting their heads on I. Two of the men across from us have dozed off, and one of them snores loudly. The women whisper in a language I don't understand. Outside, trees, herds, and people zip by. For a while it is fun to watch. I should have kept my notebook out to write, but I am so cramped that it would be difficult. Even if I did, the man next to me would be able to read every word. That is something I don't want. The man takes out a pack of cards with a blue cloud pattern and asks me if I want to play. I do, but I am ashamed that I don't know how to play real cards. I have never had a complete deck, so Mohan, Shiva, and I used to combine our decks and make up our own game. Sometimes we had two kings of hearts and no queen, and the other times we had only one nine. It was fun because each time our decks change, our rules change. But I don't know any proper games. Watch this, he says, getting a clipboard out of his bag. I'm going to play solitaire. He lines up seven cards face down on the clipboard resting on his lap. He lays one card face up on the first one and the rest of them face down. There is a pattern of to this arranging because he puts a face up card on the second one and the rest of five face down. When he's done setting up his game, he still has cards left in his hands and check them against the open cards. He lines up king, queen, jack, and so on, red on black and black on red. I find it very interesting. Did you get it? He asks. A little. He stops, looks up, and asks, What's your name? Gopal. I name him Cardman. He teaches me the game and I like him, but I remember Baba's warning. Be careful in the city and don't let anyone know your names, where we come from and where are we going. I don't want strangers to find out that we are new in the city. Somehow I think Cardman knows where we are going to Mumbai for the first time without our telling him. He hands me the deck and glides the clipboard toward me. Now you play. The cards are monsoon grass smooth and slide off my hands. I play one game of solitaire, then gather up the cards. Cardman is looking out the window with a steady gaze. It reminds me of how Naren becomes still before he falls asleep. When I hand him back the cards, he slips the card in his pocket, the clipboard in his luggage, and closes his eyes. I must have also fallen asleep because I wake up as the train slows down and comes to a stop called Kalyan. The noise on the platform is like a million buzzing bees punctuated by whistling birds and barking wild dogs. Naren and Sita are awake and hungry. I open the aluminium container of roti spread with the last of the pickles. First, she offers them to Cardman. He takes one roti and bows to I. We each take one too. The shouts of vendors are loud. A boy younger than I pokes his head through the window and asks, Ek chai to the Cardman. They seem to know each other. 6. The boy looks puzzled. The Cardman points at us. For my family. I look at Baba and I in horror. We probably don't have money, and if we did, we wouldn't want to waste it on tea. But as quick as he sat down on my seat, the men pays the boys and begin passing the tea glasses to us. We are grateful for the chai, Baba says. And I am grateful for the roti. You can get tea any place, but not such delicious homemade sweet bajra roti and pickles. The tea is steaming hot and I sip slowly. I haven't even finished half of it when the train whistles. The twins are still blowing on their tea to cool it. I panic. How are we going to give the boy the glasses back? Cardman puts his hand on my shoulder. Enjoy it and don't worry about the glasses. He will collect them later. Does he travel on the train? Not officially. The train goes forward before it stops again. I'm puzzled and so are the twins. Why is the train moving, Baba? Naren asked. I'm not sure. We have a red signal. Until it changes, we can't move, Cardman explains. When will that happen, Naren asks. As soon as you finish your tea. How will they know I've finished it? Cardman laughs. Just enjoy it. The reddish-brown tea, the color of our moist farm soil, is strong and sweet. I feel so refreshed after drinking it that I wonder if I will be able to fall asleep again. Finally, the boy who sold us the tea comes around and we hand him our glasses. He collects them in a carrier that holds many glasses. I get up and stand in the corridor to watch him. Since there is no platform, he wants his two carriers on the floor of the car and jump to the ground. Then he picks up the metal carriers. Someone closes the door behind. I wonder if the boy goes to school or if this is all he does. If his family is very poor, then he must work to help his family. Maybe he just works in the morning before school starts. This thought makes me feel better. The boy waits between two sets of tracks. A few minutes later, I hear a rumble. The boy's hair flutters in the wind. A fast train whizzes by. Its massive wheels could grind anything that came in its path. A chill passes through me. This boy must do this every day and very carefully or else it's too scary to think about. After the fast train passes gets going, we have a green signal. Sita cries, You're a smart girl, Cardman says. The chai Boy is still waiting between our train and the next set of tracks. I take my seat. Why is he not going back? I ask Cartman since he seems to have all answers. He is waiting for the slow train that comes from the opposite direction. It will stop like ours and he will get on. Then he will go to his tea stall to refill his carriers with fresh glasses of chai for the next train. He owns a tea stall? I ask. No, he works for someone. I just hope he doesn't have to do this all day long, every day. Baba dozes off. Naren and Sita want I to tell them a story, so she does. Once in a forest there lived a timid rabbit. She was afraid of getting lost, so she stayed close to her home by a banyan tree. One day a storm swept through the jungle. The wind hissed and howled. The trees swayed. Their trunks and branches cracked and whipped. Then something fell smack on top of Rabbit's head. It startled her. "Oh, Ma!" she exclaimed, as part of sky must have fallen on my head, but it hadn't. Silly rabbit, Naren says. Don't talk in the middle, Sita says, or else I will seal your lips with Nimba gum. Where are you? The big man sleeping across from our open eyes and gives the twin a stern look. They both fall quiet. I continues. Just then a twig above her snapped. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Run, 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 the rabbit said, scampering as fast as her little legs could take her. I used to tell me stories while I helped on the farm, and it made the weeding and harvesting go faster. I have heard this story many times over, and my mind wanders off. Outside the land flies by. We are far away from our village and our neighbors. Mohan and Shiva must have left for school. If they don't see me at school, they might come by on their way back to see me. How will they feel when they find out we have left? They won't know where we have gone for sure, but it wouldn't be hard for them to guess. Since Jama lives in Mumbai, where else would we go? I wonder if they might be a little jealous like I was when Mohan visited Mumbai with his older brother. Maybe they would be mad at me when Shiva's father died. He was so angry. He wrote Baba in the dirt and spit on it several times. Then he cried like a baby. I don't want to make my friends sad and upset. I wish I could have written them a note explaining why we had to leave. Then they would have understood. But I didn't do that. And now if they are angry with me, they might write my name and spit on it too. I just hope Baba and I find good steady work in Mumbai so I won't have to worry about anything except my studies. Maybe Baba will find a job like Jama and we will have money to buy new clothes for all of us and I can get books to read. I won't have Nimba tree by the pond, but the books will help me to do the same. Get away from everyone. Maybe we might go to see a movie and meet a film star. What would I say if I met Shah Rukh Khan? As the train slows down, so do my thoughts. The next station is Thane. The cartman hands the deck card to me. They are yours, he said. But no problem, he says. Keep them and play with your brother and sister. And if they don't want to, you can always play solitaire like I taught you. He winks at me. Are you? I'm shocked that I don't know what to say. This stranger has taught me a game and now is giving me his deck of cards. Thank you, I mumble. I slip the cards in the cloth bag on top of my notebook after Baba takes out our luggage from under the bench. I wakes up the twins just as we pull into the platform. As soon as they get up, I fold the rug and hand it to Baba. Quickly, he stuffs it in one of the bags. Chala, chala, Baba says. He rushes toward the door carrying their jute sacks. I follow him with the cotton bag. When the train stops, there are people waiting to get on train and they charge forward. Tharo, wait! Cartman shouts at them. Baba gets down first. Then Cartman picks up Naren and Sita, hands them to Baba. He helped me pass the luggage down to Baba. Finally, I get off. Some people have wiggled past me and others are clambering up the steps. I check to make sure we have everything. On the platform, a sea of people surround us. I hold Naren's and Sita's hand, and we are all wide-eyed. Unlike the small empty station near our dusty village, Thane station is filled with moving people, women dressed in colorful saris and dresses, men running to catch the train, vendors shouting their wares. The smell of fried food and hot tea mixes in the air with Marathi, Hindi, and many other languages. A group of women dressed in expensive clothes walk past us. They are wearing gold necklaces and bangles. A young girl has a bag on a wheel. Sometimes I used to carry these kinds of bags in Mathuran, but I could never wheel them because streets in Mathuran are not even and smooth like this platform. There is a long bridge that passes from one side to the station to the other, spanning several platforms. The bridge is filled with pedestrians crossing in a hurry. We move to a side near a stall selling magazines and newspapers. I wonder if Zama has magazines and book at his home. You stare, I am going to find out how we get to Mumbai, Baba says to us and hurries off. When I look up to thank Cartman, he has disappeared. I peek through the window and wave him to get his attention. There are many more people jammed in the compartment than before, and it is hard to see him. Finally, when he looks at me, the train blows a whistle and moves forward. I shout, "Thank you, thank you." "Who are you shouting thank you to?" Naren asked. The man sitting next to us, who bought us tea, helped us to get off the train and gave me a deck of cards to play with. "He gave you cards?" Naren I sparkle. "If we meet him again, I will say hello to him." I ruffle his hair. "Khajur, in the city there are so many people you won't even see him again." "Don't call me stupid." He stamps his feet. "If he lives in Mumbai and we get there, we might see him, and when we do, I am going to talk to him." "You do that," I say, just to shut him up. "I will," Naren says, folding his arm across his chest. "You should too." "I will do what I want to do." I turn to I. "Do you see Baba?" I whisper. She shakes her head. Naren scans the platform. What if Baba doesn't come? What if he gets lost? He tugs at my hand. I look at I and we both burst out laughing. "Why are you laughing?" Naren asks. "Because you think we will still meet the stranger in this big city, and now you think we will lose our own Baba because we don't see him at the moment." "It isn't funny." Naren says. "No." Sita stamps her foot. I kneels down and takes them both in her arms. "Your Baba will be back any minute." She takes out 2 pieces of rock sugar from the cloth pouch and give one to each of them to suck on. I want one too, but if we had enough, I would have given one to me. It is not fair being the oldest. I avoid meeting Ice because I don't want her to see that I'm hurt. And I don't want to see her eyes telling me that she is sorry.